everybody so that you've got a recording from last week. I forgot to do that sooner. I'm sorry. So
That's fine. All right, let me get to my files. Come on. So, all right.
Thing from Jacob, the other person that was added at the end.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't responded to any emails, and he wasn't here last week, so I maybe his plans have changed. But I'll email Brother James and just say, hey, we're not making any progress connecting with him. So
okay. Just give me a second, guys. I put in the file. Yeah, let's see if I can show my. Now I wasn't sure. Dang it! Hold on a second. How exactly this is supposed to work? So if I did something wrong, you guys welcome to hit me in the head. So. And I'm supposed to talk about local. Let's see if I can show my screen. So let's see. You guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm supposed to talk about local storage, and to be honest, I was kind of weird. So I don't know if I understood correctly. So I thought it was supposed to be each of these different points, like a local storage API, storing and retrieving simple data, arrays, associative arrays, and objects. So I hope I did it right. So, okay, this, let's see. We go to the next one. Okay. Let's start with local storage API. Yes.
Juan?
Yes.
If you will hit of the where it says design, there's a little play button on your go up a little higher right there. Play that. That will make it bigger so we can read it more easily.
That one?
Yeah, that should. There you go. Oh, so we're looking at the presenter one. Do you have two monitors?
Yeah, sorry. Hold on a second. Let me go back.
It'll be full screen for us. It's a little easier than seeing stuff.
Yeah, no, I understand. Let's see if I can say.
There you go. Swap.
That one, right? There you
go.
Yep. Can you see it better?
Perfect. Yep. Good job.
All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I am not used. I kind of don't use this program too much. All right. So. Okay. So this the local storage API. Usually the one with the local storage API allows you to access storage and documents, and the usually this one is the one we can call over the internet. So they don't have expiration time. We have it forever, and but we got two types of local storage. The one is for session is the one that we can we call upon and that we use in the time we got that's the information in the screen, and then when we get off, the information go away. It's not doesn't stay in our local storage. I don't know if that makes sense. Might make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got some examples I'm gonna show you later. This example over here is I took it from one of the web pages. It's just for the Frisbee. the one that's take like for running or walking, step, all the stuff. So that's kind of basically how the program work on it. You guys have any question?
No.
No? Okay, and please stop me anytime you want to. Like I said, my accent is too strong sometimes.
You're doing great.
I can
Thanks.
understand you. I think you're doing
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, you're doing fine.
Okay, thank you guys. Now, the other topic was storing and retrieving simple data. So I thought it would be good to go to a little bit about this different type of data for JSON, like a string, number, object, array, boolean, and null. And probably you guys are familiar with those, but anyway, these are some of the examples. There's an example: strings, numbers, objects, arrays. So most of them are with the brackets, between brackets. This one, the arrays, they got brackets and they got these little things. I don't know how you call those. And
Square brackets.
Square brackets. There we go. Thank you. Then these are, but Boolean, well, we know that one is just true or false. And then we got the null. Those are the examples of the type of data we can encounter. And then this is example of storing and retrieving data. It's kind of how it works. Sorry. And of course, JSON, we use JSON, JSON with the JavaScript. So any questions so far?
No, this actually makes sense because I was trying to store an object and I wasn't successful, but I didn't think about using JSON, so that actually make it easier.
Good. Okay, so the next one, well, the arrays, and the arrays is they're similar with the JavaScript. It's kind of not much different between JavaScript and JSON. Now this one is kind of was a little confused for me, the assertive array. So I found this example. I don't know. Wasn't a JSON, was a JavaScript example, but that's how JavaScript use this type of array. I never hear about this type of array before. Maybe one of you guys hear about them, maybe know them, but this is the first time I hear about associative arrays. And the last one, my last topic is objects. And this, how you use objects in JSON, how you can call them. And let's see if any questions so far with this part?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can show you guys what I did in my coding. Can you see this part of the screen now?
Yep.
Okay, these some of the examples from the coding. Like this one is that's the name of the page, and that's the API. This is the one I found, and I will show you how it's run in the example. And then this is the store and retrieving data. Then this will be the code for the array. This is the associative. And this will be for the object. I use a kind of looping array in this one. And let's see, where's my other part? Just give me a second, guys. This one. All right. So that code will give me this this over here. So that's it, the result of that code for the local storage API, and so forth for the other ones. Now let's see if I can. Let me see if I can show both screens at the same time. I can show you how they work. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. Oh, dang it. All right, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I can't do it the way I want to do it. So hold on a second. There we go. So let's say for the associative array, I can change. Let's say. Change that one. I'm going back to. Oh, come on. Oh, sorry. Dang it. Oh, come on. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Sorry. A little difficulty over here.
Okay.
So the idea is that thing's supposed to change the name. But apparently can't do it. Give me 1 second. Anyways, sorry guys, I can make that thing work. But the idea is that whatever you change the code will be changing over here. And let's see. No. There we go. Hold on a second. All right, so say I change the name, so the name will be changing over here. There we go. See how to change the name change? So, and it's the same with the other codes. Whatever we replace will be changing over here and retrieving the data that we stored in that code. Any questions? Any other things that you want me to add?
Nope.
No, I think you explained it well.
What are the security concerns about local storage? Did you come across anything like that?
No, not exactly. What I came across is when you code, you don't follow the rules of coding, the code is not gonna work. But that's the only thing I found about different about. I didn't find anything about security. Do you guys know about anything about security for the?
Nope.
About it, the couple concerns. It's typical, obviously. So on the client side, and the idea is that it's domain specific. So when it talks about the origin of the document, so whatever document is being served back to the client, the origin of that document says, okay, anybody coming from Juan.com domain has access to this storage, and at least it's kind of firewalled to that domain. So theoretically, another web server, couldn't get to that storage. That said, it is vulnerable to like cross-site scripting, which is kind of a bigger topic. But generally speaking, you probably shouldn't be putting anything sensitive in local storage. It can be used for handy things, like maybe you have a long web form that someone's filling out, and you want them to be able to come back and pick up where they left off, but you haven't saved anything back to your database yet because they weren't done creating an account.
So it's like the same concept that you don't share any sensitive information in your Facebook or any of those things, because people have free access to that information, kind of.
Yeah, similar to like a cookie where you wouldn't want to be putting username and password in your local storage. Put it that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, this is my short, tiny presentation.
Okay.
Thanks, Juan.
Thank you.
You actually you put it up and stuff for me, so thanks.
Okay, thank you guys. You're kind. Let's see.
Hey, no Alex, so Lauren, you're up.
Okay. Can I preface this with I've only taken 160 and the Web 100 class, so I've been searching this for 4 days. And I feel like I barely have a grasp on this topic, so if I say something wrong, I need you to like me say, hey, that's wrong. That's not right. Please. That way I don't want to screw anybody up. So just thought I would throw that disclaimer out before I start this. I even met with the professor tonight to try to like get some examples out of him, and he wasn't quite sure how to teach it either. So he's like, well, I guess you could do this or this. I'm like, okay. So anyway, he's a great guy. Okay, so sharing the screen. Okay, here I see it. All right. Ready. And then I just have to figure out how to make this bigger. What did you say to do? Make that bigger?
You just want to play your show. So on the Mac, lower left-hand side, the little screen, there's three buttons there.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Yep.
Slideshow.
Then that one right there. Yep.
Okay. And then okay, I can just use these arrows. Okay.
Or your arrow keys. Yep, work too.
Okay, so this is my subject, manipulating class properties using JavaScript. Why is this useful? The simple answer that I got from looking at everywhere was to help make a site more interactive. So if I'm not quite really sure how to expand upon that. That's kind of what I found. And why I use this method. It is more organized, easier to edit, and easier to work with. This seemed like the other method with just putting the script tags in there. It just seemed a little bit easier to lose track of it. But that's just kind of what I got from my research. And I found a couple examples in Stack Overflow. And so I will pull that up. So does everyone see these all right?
Yeah.
And so I liked how this guy explained it, with just taking the classes, and he just shows, like in this example, really well how to do it, in my opinion. But if any of this is wrong, let me know. Or old school, so to speak. And then here was another example I saw, which I thought was nice and simple. I just have the CSS labeled up here, and the JavaScript down here. And so that's pretty much kind of what I came up with. I'm so sorry mine is so short. So if like anybody else knows anything more about this subject, I would love to learn, because yeah, like the worst person to teach this is teaching this right now. So I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't go that far.
The best way to learn is to teach.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's what you put in pathways, and my teacher I used to, didn't quite agree with that.
Never be afraid of failing, especially with coding.
Yep.
We all do. That's how we learn. That's how I've learned a lot. What not to do. I know 1,000 ways not to do coding.
So like, do any of these
So-
examples right?
Yeah, they do. I mean,
Yeah.
I think your point about it being about interactivity is important, because that's the whole point of job in place, right? Is that you think I'm kind of a 40,000 foot view person. I have to look at what's going on. We're doing, you know. So you have your web server that has served up your HTML page, and the user is now doing things on there, and you've lost your chance to change been written to the DOM in the browser, and so your only chance to interact now with that user without having to make a return trip back to the server is with JavaScript. So
Gotcha.
you know, this is okay. The user did something, and maybe they did it right, and I want to turn that text green because they submitted an answer to a little quiz, and I already know what all the answers are because I brought it back in my JavaScript. So I don't have to go back to the server to check their answers. So I can turn all their correct answers green and turn their wrong answers red and let them try again without ever having to go back to the server, right? So that's the whole point of JavaScript, is to be able to interact with that user without having to go rewrite the page.
Yeah, that was kind of why I liked it. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for now, and there's just, if anyone has any other ideas of how to show this or if this is adequate, either way. So, so that's kind of just what I had.
That's good.
I'll try to be a little bit more knowledgeable next time. I just kind of was reading everything I could on Stack Overflow and W3 Schools, and I don't know.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time on W3 Schools the last 2 weeks, so.
Yeah.
Doing their little interactive at yourself.
Yep.
It's like, oh.
But even went on my Treehouse account trying to find something, and there was just too many stinking tracks. So I was like, okay, this isn't helpful.
So one quick question for you guys is, we probably should adjust our schedule. So here's our schedule with 9. Do we want to alter our teaching for next week, move people into these slots so those get covered, or how do you want to do that? And if you've already prepared your presentation, then we wouldn't move you, of course, but I haven't prepared anything.
Yeah.
So
I haven't prepared anything either.
Week 5 is what, HTML?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't
so we can just drop people, to take 2 of us, and you want to leave, should we leave Jacob and Kent right here so we have continuity, and then we can peel off Keith and I and put us up here so that we backfill that? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Keith, I'll let you pick. Do you want 4 or objective 6?
Let's see, what do we got? You said 4 or 6?
Yeah, 4 is XML HTTP request, and 6 is DOM, like manipulation using create element or append.
I'll do 6.
All right, you got 6 then.
Haven't done that one yet.
I think the teacher actually had a really good example of lesson 6 in the video thing tonight.
Oh, really? Well, I'll look at that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly, it was DOM and child elements. So I might want to. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But he
Sounds
was
good.
showing me that example, trying to show me the CS class selector. So
Yeah. So I haven't submitted any of anything for reviews yet. I was just wondering how the teacher's been grading and responding back. I think I will probably tomorrow.
Me too. Can't you?
Yeah, I've gotten 10 out of 10 on everything I've submitted. So
So you got into basic level? Is that what?
yeah, so I've gotten full points on all the fluencies. I've done, I think, 4 of them so far.
Well, you said
Um,
full credit on the fluency, so you're like, what was
Yeah.
that, expert?
I think so. It was 10 out of 10. But
Huh?
yeah, I've done 5 of them so far.
Really? Wow.
oh.
But I mean, I've been doing JavaScript forever, so
Wow.
I'll have to ask you some questions as I get more into it.
yeah, shoot me questions, or you know, if you guys can, I show you my site too, or
You got a website where you're grabbing a lot of your examples?
the website for the assignments, like the working examples.
That's right, because you're the one that hosts your own web server, right?
Well, I don't host it locally. No, I
It's not local.
go through a hosting company. Yeah, I mean, I do have a web server on my laptop, but
Okay.
All
right.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if you want me to show you what I have so far.
Sure.
I'd love to see it.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I had my domain to mess around with, but I took that class so long ago that I let it expire because I didn't want to keep paying for it. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm good.
So this is what Lauren just taught. It's like changing, you know, so random font family, random color, those changing the CSS properties. And then this is,
So it runs a random function. Does it randomly change the color and
yeah.
font?
Yeah.
Does it use like a random function or a random method?
Yeah, let me pull it up here. So this one, I actually found like this is, I didn't write this myself. This is like to find a random hex number.
Oh, that's really clever. Okay.
And so that's how you get to a random color. For the font families, I've made an array of a few different font families.
Oh, so it just randomly picks one of those, like 1, 2, or I guess 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then have a event listener on like the button. When you click on the button, it will choose a random font, and then it applies it to the to that H1 tag.
How do you have it pick a random font? Sorry, I'm looking for it.
So I have that array of fonts.
Yeah, and then you
so my array name is font families, and to get the index.
Oh, I see. You have map.random function times your array.
That picks a random number between 1 and 3. I mean 0 and 3, right there. And then
so 4 being that 4 is the high limit, right?
Yeah. So actually, because you're doing math.floor, it's going to go down. So the high limit is actually 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I always think about that. It's like, wait, oh yeah, you always subtract 1.
And then this is finding my H1 tag, That's the style property, and then the font family attribute equals my my new font right here.
Oh, okay. So wait, it grabs whatever number that is.
Yeah. So like
That's
say
how it
this.
assigns the size.
So like say that random number was 2, it would pick
Yeah.
Lusa handwriting as the font.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And then it would change the font size to 2.
well, changing the font family to to Lucida handwriting. So I couldn't figure out how to get the font size to work. Tried a few different things and I couldn't, so I just did colors. This is toggling a JavaScript class.
This is useless.
It's pretty good, actually.
What else is? So this one, I couldn't get local storage to work, but after Juan's presentation, I think I can figure it out now. This is taking a, well, it's got this JSON array
Yeah.
from that website, and it's taking them, and then let's see if I can find. So this right here, you just look up how to do Ajax, and this right there is like the first 3 lines of almost every Ajax example, and that's the last 3 lines of every Ajax example. That's the file where that. So then I get it, and then I had to do the DOM elements to get the placeholder photos.
And
to
I'll
show
learn
up.
about DOM this week. So.
Yeah. So. So yeah, so I've gotten full. I don't know, nothing's exciting. I don't know, but
I think it's
well, but yeah, it's kentroper.com/CIT261 if you guys want to look at any of the examples.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and if you guys ever have any questions, shoot me an email or something, or I'd be happy to, or we can meet on Hangouts or Zoom or whatever.
Okay.
Thank you for showing that.
No problem.
So I will make myself send out a link for tonight's recording before I go to bed instead of next week.
Did you say make yourself?
Yes. I had vowed to do that last week, but I forgot that I hadn't done it, so I just sent it out just a few right before the start. So if you want to go back and review last week, you got a link for it now, and I'll do it this week sooner. So.
Okay. That worked.
Okay. Just in review next week, I've got 4, you've got 6, and then
Okay.
where the browser go? There it is.
So I got 9, and Jacob's not been. Yeah, we haven't seen Jacob yet, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I'll reach out to him privately and also talk to Brother James and see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it looks like we're gonna have to we'll stay flexible. So
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
Yeah.
You too.
All right,
guys.
you
Have a
too.
good week.
Thanks.
See you next week.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night.